Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Okay, we're almost at the end of 2024. I'm recording this on December 21st. So there's probably a few more movies I could squeeze in before the end of the year, but nonetheless, I thought now was a good time to just do a video and have a go at ranking the movies that I've seen from this year. Now, one thing to mention before we get into this is that I have only gone by movies that have 2024 as the release date on IMDb and Letterboxd. So there have been other movies, obviously, which were made in 2023 and only shown for the first time in 2024. But sorry, those are not included here. So it's only movies on IMDb and Letterboxd with a 2024 year. Okay, so here we go. And I will come back at the end with just a few comments. Okay, so 48 movies there. How many of those have you seen, and what do you think about the ranking there? I'm sure some of those movies will be a little unfamiliar to you, but that's just the nature of things nowadays. It's quite interesting. Some people just won't go to the cinema any longer, and some people are dead against streaming services and will just rely purely on physical media, and even then only 4Ks. So yeah, if you're just waiting for something to come out on a 4K only, then you're really limiting yourself in terms of what you're able to see. Streaming services, obviously there's lots of them, and the cost involved in having all of those services can be quite high. Myself, this year, I have only used Criterion Channel for some of the year. I no longer have it. Mubi for some of the year. Disney Plus for some of the year. But yeah, I no longer have Crave. I don't have Paramount Plus. I don't have Apple TV Plus. So there will be movies that have been introduced onto those services that I have not seen. So yeah, interesting times really. So in terms of this list, I definitely think there's a few which will be going under the radar for a lot of people, but I do hope you'll seek them out. Movies such as Crossing is absolutely worth seeking out, as is Good One and My Old Ass and Dee Dee. These are films which need word of mouth, I think, to be able to get more circulation. Now, I know some of the rankings are going to be a little bit contentious. The Substance, for me, is the big one in which I'm not quite sure where to place that one at the moment. I absolutely love Coralie Farjat's Revenge. That's one I've seen a few times now, and I will definitely watch it again. I love it. But The Substance, there's still a few things that I find a little bit niggling about that one, so I'm still working my thoughts out about that. Also, there's a few movies here which I saw on a plane, which is not the best way of seeing a movie. So Challengers, for instance, I'll need to revisit that one. Madam Web, I will say, after you've had some wine, pretzels, and 4 movies in on a 9-hour flight, Madam Web actually seems quite good. And Horizon American Saga Chapter 1 is a movie I placed very highly on this list, but there's a very particular reason for that, and that's in terms of just how I felt at the time, because when I saw that movie, I did see it in the movie theatre, and at the time of seeing it, the expectation was that Chapter 2 would be coming out just about a month or so later, and I just remember the really great feeling I had at the end of seeing that movie, that I was now invested in seeing chapters of this movie. Now I would be able to revisit the cinema very soon to be able to see the next chapter in this. So yeah, a huge shame to me that this movie did not work out the way it was intended. And in fact, that's now going to change the relationship to all of the rest of the chapters, because we're just not seeing it in terms of that original intent. So I find that very interesting, but at this moment, I'm going to keep that movie highly rated just because of that great feeling I felt at that time. I was so looking forward to the idea of revisiting the cinema just a month or so later to see the next chapter. Another movie which I placed low on the list, and I'm sure that's disappointed many of you, is Longlegs. Now, the reason for that one actually is because I was not feeling very well that day when I saw that one in the movie theatre, so that may well have affected my reaction to that film. I know I was not keen at all on Nicolas Cage's performance in that. I do really like Maika Monroe, loved her in Watcher and It Follows, and I have enjoyed Osgood Perkins' films before, particularly The Black Coat's Daughter, so I will revisit Longlegs at some stage, but at the moment, yeah, I've got to be true to how I felt at the time, and yeah, I did not have a good time with that one. But yeah, Anora, absolutely my #1 movie of the year. Just a great overall experience at the movie theatre. There was probably only about 20 other people in the movie theatre that I saw it in, and yet I could feel everyone's laughter and enjoyment, and it was just such a great experience watching that movie. Great cinematography, great performances, an emotional roller coaster, some sequences really funny, but also touching as well, and even a reference to one of my all-time favourite movies, subtly done there by Sean Baker. So yeah, loved it, absolutely loved it. But yeah, I do want to really bring people's attention to my number 2 movie, Crossing, because I'm sure a lot of people will not be familiar with that one. A Turkish film involving transgender community, filmed on location in Istanbul, but just really, really fascinating characters. You really get invested in the story on this one. I absolutely recommend people seeking that one out. As well as a little bit lower down the list, Good One. I think that one definitely needs more word of mouth for that one. So yeah, please do check out some of these less familiar films and let me know your thoughts on them. Okay, that's going to be it for now. So let me know what your favourite movies were from 2024. Let me know how much you agree or disagree with the placements of some of these movies. Hopefully I will see you again. Okay, all the best to you. Bye-bye.